You're listening live to the River City Sports Network here from Bill Horton Field at Rhea County High School as the Rhea County Golden Eagles are set to face off against the Baylor Red Raiders in this Week 1 matchup. Tonight, the number 2 ranked in 5A classification Golden Eagles will face off against the number 6 Division 2 Red Raiders. You're listening to Jonathan Neal, and our co-host for the night is Eric Sisson, all the way from Coffee Basin. A little alone so he can speak a little football. He'll be your color analyst and I will be your play-by-play. We'll just jump right into it after this pause break for the national anthem. When we come back, we'll break down the matchup this season and we'll give Eric's prediction of tonight's Week 1 matchup again against the Rhea County Golden Eagles and the Baylor Red Raiders.
Also, make sure that you're aware through the stands throughout tonight's contest.
And we welcome you back to Rhea County High School as the Golden Eagles of Rhea County are set to face off against the Red Raiders of Baylor. Here from Rhea County High School, we'll give you a brief rundown. It's been a quick turnaround, Eric, for the Rhea County Golden Eagles. It was just 2 years ago when the Golden Eagles went 2-8 under then-coach Doug Green, who is now the defensive coordinator at Ooltewah High School, where they're having some major success under the direction of Matt Bryan. But here, Mark Pemberton sits at 23-3 in 2 seasons after a devastating overtime loss to Knoxville West, the eventual 5A state champion last year here at Rhea County High School. So the last time they suited up, they did end up losing to the eventual state champion. What do you think about going forward? What do you think this team's mindset is coming into tonight?
Well, I think they have to be thrilled first of all coming into this game. Got plenty of returners coming back. They should be excited to get back on the field. They have.
We'd also like to make you aware that we want to honor former Rhea County High School football coach Bill Horton. 20 years ago today, Coach Horton passed away. We want to pause at this time for a moment of silence in honor and memory of Coach Horton and what he did for this community, not only in the football arena and on the football field with the young mini coach, but the lives he impacted, both in his coaching career and in the life that he lived. Would you join us at this
And we welcome you back to Rhea County High School again as the Golden Eagles are set to face off against the Baylor Red Raiders who have traveled up from Haywood Stadium. Again, we were previewing the Golden Eagles there for a little second, but we'll go jump over to their opponent tonight, which is the Baylor Red Raiders. Last year, they won 8-5 with a semifinals loss to the eventual state champion, so there's a little familiarity there from both of the opponents. They were third in their region, and they ended up being 8-5. Under the direction of Coach Phil Massey, they're 65-39, and they've also appeared in 2 state championships in the last 7 years. For the whole series, they last played in 2000. Baylor won 36-20. Before that, they played 1997 and 1998. Both season openers won by Ray, so history might tell us that the Golden Eagles might get the win tonight. But before that, there was a late series in the late 70s and the early 80s with Ray winning 3-4. So they have the advantage of the history. But for Baylor, how do you feel Baylor's mindset is right now, Eric, coming into this game?
Well, I think, first of all, the main question is who's going to play quarterback tonight. We still don't know who's starting. It's between senior Will Austin or junior Bryce Verbal. I think that's the main question. Also, another question on the offensive line is replacing 3 starters from last season on the line. So that'll be something to look forward to see who takes that position and also how they're playing on the offensive line.
Again, quite a spectacular crowd for the Week 1 matchup on a Thursday evening as the rest of the state will likely kick off tomorrow. For those of you listening, Marion County and Hickson have moved their game to 12 Central Time at Marion County. So if you're free on Saturday afternoon, you might want to be checking that one out. But for now, we're going to talk a little Baylor and the Golden Eagles. For tonight's captains for Baylor, we have 15 Ryan Parker, 21 Ulysses Starter, 9 Gage Upshaw, and 95 Alex Mason. Sending out a bunch of seniors, Coach Phil Massey is. And for Mark Temperton, if they move a little bit, I can think we have wide receiver Noel Patterson, quarterback Daniel Dotson, Cooper Lewis, I believe. And I can tell you right as soon as they move a little bit, we're on the away sideline, so tonight we're going to be talking about running left to right a little bit. But let's just talk a little bit about what this matchup is. Give me 3 keys, Eric, and give me 3 keys for each team and a player to watch as they finish out with the captains being up at midfield.
Well, for Baylor, the 3 keys for me, first of all, is whoever is wanting to step out there the first drive at quarterback, going to take the pressure off and establish a run game, do something just to kind of take the pressure off the quarterback. And secondly, on the other side of the ball, doesn't this wing to be off to Rhea County. Baylor has to be disciplined on the defensive side of the football. You're probably going to give up big plays. Turnovers may happen with a new quarterback and a fresh offensive line. Just stay engaged in the game mentally, and big plays will happen. Just stay the course throughout the game. And
football fans around the stadium tonight, there are numerous improvements and upgrades in many hours of labor to replace over the summer. Thank you to Steve Carter. I want to say a thank you to everyone who helped with this project,
every single defensive
including
lineman, all 4 up front,
the installation of the new
flag
flagpole and the
The
beautiful
Golden Eagles have
United
elected
States
to receive the
flag in the
kickoff,
East End Zone.
and Baylor dispenses their kickoff team to finish up those captains. You also had Tyler Pennington, the Golden Eagles middle linebacker, and also the 2-way starter across the defense and offensive line, John Shoemake, running out the Golden Eagles captains for tonight. But right before they kick off, Eric, I want to see, who do you have in this one to come to
Set
close?
kick for the Red Raiders. Number 3, Victor Long. D from Rhea County. Number 11, Patterson. Victor Long. Mike.
Defensive line as well as the quarterback position.
We'll see how this one pans out as Baylor is elected to kick, and they are on their way here from Rhea County High School as Noel Patterson and Cody Bice are deep in the turn. Ball sails into the end zone for a touchdown, and the Golden Eagles will get the ball at the 20-yard line.
Football fans tonight, just be aware there is a drone that will be flying overhead throughout the game that's taking pictures of tonight's game, and this has been approved by the Rhea County High School administration.
Rhea County walks up to the ball at the 20-yard line, and Mark Pemberton's always known attack in their wing T attack. Daniel Dotson under center, hands it to left wing back Cody Bice, which is stuck and met by Calvin Watson. hurdle of Baylor defenders setting the tone early as the Red Raiders here from Ray County High School. A little misdirection not working so far, Eric.
Good penetration up front by a new defensive line there by the Red Raiders. That's good to see early on.
Good to see. Usually playing mostly tailback, Calvin Watson. This Raider defense that lost two outstanding linebackers in Luke Hutchins and Will Jumper. But again, Daniel Dotson under center, out wide is Noel Patterson. Comes back around, looking to pass the ball. Picked off by Calvin Watson. Zone for a touchdown. Baylor is on the board early. What a play, Eric. Something that you definitely need to see early in this matchup, being on the road is Baylor to get one to go their way. I was speaking closely to someone close to the Golden Eagles program today, and I said that Ulysses Strutter might be the best defensive back in the area, and he proved it on that play. Under-recruited recruit, and keep making plays like this in this season, he will be landing somewhere big. As the Baylor's lined up to kick the extra point, and it's up, and it is good. Baylor is up early, 7-0 on the Golden Eagles after just two short plays. Something to note, last year Daniel Dotson, after taking over the starting job last year midway through, only threw one pick on the year, adding 10 touchdowns. So that is something definitely not great to see from Mark Pickett's side. I know he kind of rolled the dice there wanting to get it to Jared Edwards, but Eric, how do you bounce back being at home from something like that already?
Well, throwing an interception on your first pass of the season is definitely not something you're looking forward to all off season. But hey, that's the mentality of the quarterback. He's got to go back out there. I mean, he's going to be out there and he's going to play. He's got to forget about it, have a short memory, and drive the offense down the field and try to tie it up.
And just like that, again, Baylor Red Raiders are up 7-0 with 11:13 left in this one. Baylor's up, lined up again to kick the ball off from the 40. Again, deep is Cody Bice and Noel Patterson, the junior running back who had over 1,100 yards, is deep. Need to get him the ball a little bit more in this possession. Noel Patterson, always dangerous, stand in the back. Again, no chance to return. They will again take the ball from the 10-yard line. Hopefully they got better fortune this time. But on the flip side of that, Eric, how do you assess Baylor on there being lined up? They were ranked #1 overall in Division II in total defense last year, and coming out again making a statement early. What's going through Baylor's head?
I mean, you got to be hyped up, but also you can't be too hyped up. It's a long football game. We're just a minute in. You got to settle back down and get playing.
Daniel Dotson under center, hands it to Cody Bice, who again finds no running room as he was hit first in the backfield and tackled by a gang of Red Raider defensive players.
On the carry, led first by Parker.
Currently, the Golden Eagles, kind of quick surprise, was averaging over 357 yards on offense last year on the ground, have gone backwards on all three of their opening plays with 10:47 left in this ballgame in the first quarter. Daniel Dotson walks up under center. Noel Patterson out wide, sporting some kind of fashionable golden gloves as Daniel Dotson hands into the middle to his fullback, or correction, wingback Cody Bice, again his third carry of the night. Again, no penetration on this Baylor defense, Eric. What do you need to do here to get some penetration to get something going?
The offensive line's just got to get a push here. They're not getting anything moving forward. They got to get something going.
Another pass by Daniel Dotson goes nowhere. Seems a little rushed. More pressure for the Baylor defense as they have forced the Golden Eagles to punt. And now the punt team comes on. Back is deep is 6 is Adrian Harris, the senior from the Bronx, New York. A pretty good story on him as he was searching himself of where to go to school for prep school, found Baylor and came on down. Coach Massey welcomed him in. He's been fighting a few illnesses during the off-season. Had a little tonsillitis problem, but got that cleared up, and now he's back with Gage Upshaw as the Golden Eagles have punted. Close of being blocked by Ulysses Strotter. Gage Upshaw's going to let this one go over his head. A good punt for the Golden Eagles, which down it inside the 30 of the Red Raiders. And the question we've all been waiting for, Eric, is who's going to take the snaps and replace Nick Tiano, who is currently at Mississippi State. It looks like it's going to be Will Austin. What about that move from Coach Massey?
It's a good move. Will Austin transferring in this season. Last week in the Jamboree, we saw him, and he had a good drive in the Jamboree, scoring on 2 plays, a long run, followed by a long passing touchdown. So we'll see what he can do here, and I think it's a good decision.
Austin steps up there. He is in the shotgun spread. Two to his left, 1 to his right. The single one is guarded by Cody Boss, which is Gage Upshaw, who comes in motion. Looks like they're going to fake it, and he's going to take a direct QB run around the corner, not finding anything there as Tyler Pendleton meets him first. The all-district linebacker last year is starting where he finished off. He had 100 tackles last season. A great penetration there. I know that's not really one of the first plays that you want to see from a quarterback who wants to gain some confidence.
Well, that's just, I think, kind of getting him in the game, letting him get his first hit, kind of get some of the nerves out, get hit there and calm the nerves and get back at it.
Again, Will Austin is in the shotgun to his left. In the backfield is Adrian Harris out wide. Another QB run, makes a good move up to the middle, gets the first down all the way up to the 42-yard line. Baylor seems to be moving the ball well early and seems to have all the momentum as the Ray County sideline and all these fans have kind of gone quiet here. Again, out you have number 2, Brendan Harris, number 6, Adrian Harris, Gage Upshaw, and 26, Preston Ballard is at your skill positions for the Red Raiders. 44, Daniel Monroe is out tied in as Will Austin is again in the shotgun. Drops back, looks up, steps up in the pocket, and that's a sack by the Ray County defense. That's a way to get into back the defense back in the game. That's how you do it. Number 60, John Shoemake with the tackle, wrapping up. That's a good play. We're speaking again with someone close to that Ray County program. They said that was one of the ones to watch out for tonight. He's making his presence felt early.
Yeah, he got a good push up right in the middle there and made Austin step up, and he just got him right when he came up there.
Henry White, Daniel Monroe, Preston Ballard, and Gage Upshaw make the Baylor receivers again an option. Will Austin just dives forward to get anything that he can. A little rusty there running the option with Adrian Harris, who stays in the ball game. 25 now enters Henry White. You also have number 14, Tate Prater, out wide for the Red Raiders, as Will Austin is he's speaking with his huddle right now.
It'll be interesting to see what they do here on 3rd down.
He did have a nice pass out to Ulysses Strotter in last week's Jamboree, so he does have an arm. So the Golden Eagles don't need to play close tight. They just need to keep him above that first down mark. Looks like we might have a hold as Austin runs out wide. He needs to get down as number 20, Eddie Davis, makes the tackle for the Golden Eagles. We'll see what the flag is on the play.
On the field. Preliminary signal, holding against Baylor, and illegal blocking the back against the Red Raiders.
Holding on the Red Raiders and put it back to 3rd and 19 to go.
Ray County sets the holding penalty. 10 yards in front of the foul. It's 3rd and a while.
Draw or something like that. Just don't turn the ball over and get the punt team out there more than likely.
Yeah, Will Austin comes up, addresses his huddle, likely a draw or another QB direct run. You just don't want to get into your end zone, don't want to make a costly turnover. Because Adrian Harris is to his left. going deep as Daniel Monroe comes up with a catch. He has some wheels. Is not able to beat Noel Patterson, but he is able to get to the 5-yard line. So look what we know, Eric. Run and draw. Lawson steps back and lets one slam to Daniel Monroe. It's been a lethal weapon so far for the Red Raiders in this early season, making a long catch, long run down to the 5-yard line, and the Red Raiders are again in business.
Austin threw it up in some traffic there, but Monroe made a play and came down and got the ball and got a lot of yards after the catch. Great play on third and 14.
Baylor's pass play covering 68 yards.
A pass that covered 68 yards has the Red Raiders in business within the 10-yard line. Ryan Parker has now entered the game at fullback. I know what he can give you on the defensive side of the ball, but we'll see if he can get the ball on the offensive side. It looks like a false start on the Red Raiders. Have not seen Calvin Watson yet in the game at running back. Interesting to see them going with Adrian Harris for the duration so far of this game. Interesting to see if that might be an injury or precautionary measure. Adrian's just playing a little bit better ball at the running back position.
First and goal from the 11.
False start pushes the Red Raiders back to the 11-yard line, going into the end zone. It feels like the Red Raiders are getting all the luck on their side, as Daniel Monroe didn't earlier come down with a 68-yard pass to get them within the 10, but a penalty set them back again. Under center is Will Austin, and now Calvin Watson has entered the game at tailback. Ryan Parker gets it on the right side, fights to the cone. It looks like they're going to down him at the 3-yard line, I believe. It looked like he could have made a case that he got in the end zone or hit the pylon, but they're going to mark him just short.
Parker brings the same style of play from the defensive side.
Adrian Harris substitutes for Calvin Watson. Now the deep back in the backfield, split out wide, is Preston Ballard, as Will Austin goes under center in the pro offense. And again, now they hand it to Adrian Harris. Did he get in? The officials marking no, marking him down at the 1. That's 2 straight plays, but they are in business now with 3rd and about 1 to go outside the goal line. Calvin Watson back in the game for the Red Raiders. 3rd and goal for the Red Raiders. Baylor elects to go with the timeout. We will kind of discuss what they really want. All Baylor early in this one, Eric. What do you think is going to cause of this? Is unlucky or just a little bit of nerves coming off that 13-1 season for the Golden Eagles?
Well, I mean, I'm sure it's a little bit of both, but obviously the pick six at the beginning there didn't help the cause. Kind of any confidence you did have coming out here, just kind of went down the drain right there. And then you got Baylor back up 3rd and 19 and give up a big play. For an offense that wants to hold the ball and control the clock, giving up big plays on the defensive side of the ball, and they've only ran 5-6 plays. That's not what you want in the first quarter for the game.
Definitely something that you do not want. How do they calm their nerves, get back into this one? What's it going to take?
Well, I mean, you're just going to have to, first of all, it starts right here. If you can get a stop here on the 3rd and goal on the 1-yard line, it looks like, that'll help the confidence, but you just got to stay the course. It is a long game. It's not jamborees anymore. It's not a preseason scrimmage. We got 3.5 more quarters to go, and at most it'll be a 14-point deficit when you get the ball back. I think if you just go first down by first down, play by play, then they can get back in this game quickly.
It's 3rd.
Coach Massey addressed his team. They break the huddle going straight to the line. With 5:32, the Baylor Red Raiders are knocking on the door of the Golden Eagles, up 7-0 in this ballgame. Will Austin walks to the line, gets under the center. Calvin Watson, your deep back. Ryan Parker, your fullback. But a QB sneak. It looks like Austin pushed his way in, and that is it. Baylor up 13-0 early on the Golden Eagles, something that the Golden Eagle faithful did not expect tonight, as Baylor has traveled up here and seized all the momentum as they line up for the extra point.
I think something interesting there on the first drive for the Baylor offense. One of these games, I said, take the pressure off the quarterback. He didn't take any pressure off of him. He gave him the keys to the vehicle and let him go. and he drove them down there, even get behind the chains on 3rd and 19 and led them to the score.
You know, if you can't be with us and you might be listening, but you want to know what some of the other games across the state are, check out Scorebird, the free app by Scorebird, a company out of Nashville that provides instant tick-by-tick, play-by-play, instant live scores on your mobile device. Go check out the device, but we'll swing back to the game as Baylor knocks it through the uprights and are finally up 14-0 with 5:25 left in this ball game in the first quarter. Again, right back where you were about 15 minutes ago, going to get the ball back. What does Daniel Dotson need to muster up on this drive to get back in this game?
Well, I think more so than him, it has to do with the running game. I mean, they base their whole entire offense on the running game, and they have not been able to get anything going. Hardly any positive yards at all on the ground. The offense not really good. And also, Dotson, if the running game's not working, you got to make plays. And it's not going to be by the book every game. So he's going to have to step up, be a leader right here, and see what he can do for Baylor.
Again, Baylor is deep, is electrically kicked off. They have their 3rd Brazilian kicker in as many years kicking off, as he's already put 2 in the end zone. He gets his leg under that one as it sails, but it looks as Noel Patterson's going to have the opportunity to return. Always difficult return man. Finds a little bit of a crease, but not much going off as Cody Vice drops one of the Baylor cover men, but again, Noel Patterson up to the 21, and the Golden Eagles are in business.
And you don't let nobody tell you nothing.
Daniel Dotson again walks up to the line, kind of starstruck a little bit, already threw an interception in this game as he leads a team that is down 14-0 right now. But he hands off to his left wing back. I believe number 41, Dylan Smith, gets his first carry of the night. Something interesting, getting a little bit of other people involved there.
Smith.
Yeah, I mean, went to Cody Vice 3 straight times, and then Dotson ran the ball through, had 2 passes, and then that's all the production they've had. If you want to talk production, Smith got a couple of yards on that one.
Noel Patterson split out right as they throw him the ball, trying to get him the ball in space, as that's covered up quickly by number 24, George Petaway, a good defender, good senior defender, standing at 5'10", 173 pounds, one of the corners that has been one of these mainstays in the Baylor defense over the last 2 years. Baylor comes in with a very high-talented secondary, and they're showing it early with a pick and then a great coverage tackle in space there.
Yeah, that's a great field tackle right there. It's exactly what you want from the position. Just make an open field tackle, not getting up in there.
Again, just like mostly any other play, Daniel Dotson in that wing tee under center. Quick snap, rolling out, running the waggle play, throws it to Noel Patterson, but a flag currently might be a roughing the passer, or maybe a hold, just my quick assumption on that, but it was a complete pass to Patterson.
I think they may have gotten Parker for a roughing the passer there. It came in a little bit too late.
Yep, roughing the passer on number 15, Ryan Parker, as that will give the Golden Eagles a first down and their biggest play of the night.
Yeah, it is. I mean, even if the play had counted, they were still close to the first down. Trying to get some different things going here, and this penalty gets them up to the 45-yard line.
Moves the football across the 44. First and 10.
Yep, any kind of momentum that you can get right now when you're down 14-0 and trying to get your crowd back in it and trying to get your feet back in it for this 2015 season will help you. Daniel Dotson under center hands it right into his bruising fullback, Mason Stevenson, who brings it up to around the 51-yard line. A nice run for the junior.
Yeah, that's what we've been looking for so far in this first quarter for Ray County. Just getting off the bishop. And that was, let's say, 3 yards or 5 of those. They actually got 5 on that one.
Baylor are lining up again in their typical 3-3 stack. actually going with, I believe, a four front correction, and their 4 linebackers trying to stay tight as Daniel Dotson hands to his left wingback Cody Boss, who just hasn't seemed to get any kind of space up tonight, but he does give the Golden Eagles a manageable 3rd down, something they haven't had yet this game.
Brought down by Parker.
Yeah, 33, 32 and a half. This type of offense like this, that's almost what you wish for.
And 2.
3rd and 2 for the Golden Eagles. Putting a little bit of mustard and ketchup on everything so far. They've got a little bit of run, a little bit of pass in this drive, but no mistakes. They're not going back. That's something that's good to see from this offense as Daniel Dotson looks at he's taking a QB sneak that he turns into a good about 7 yards as the Golden Eagles pick up the 1st down outside the 41.
Carries for a gain of 7 and the Ray County 1st down.
Ray County all the way down to the Baylor 31 yard line. A little bit of momentum.
Yeah, and early the Ray County Golden Eagles were a little bit starstruck with throwing that interception and returning for a touchdown by Ulysses Stoddard, but they seem to getting a little bit of rhythm now as Daniel Dotson hands it back to his bruising fullback and Mason Stevenson, who gains about a yard.
Stevenson on the carry, straight ahead. Hit first by Moore. 2nd and 9.
Be interesting to see if they go back to the air right here on the 2nd and 9 situation.
Last year they only averaged 8 passes per game. I believe we're up to 4 tonight, so they're halfway there. So your guess is as best as mine as a quick pitch to Dylan Smith, who gets wrapped up before he gets fumbled. It looks like there was a fumble on the play, but he might have been down as he got up about 1 more yard through the 42-yard line. Ray County retains the ball, but is in a 3rd and 7 situation.
Fumble recovered by the Eagles. 3rd, 9.
Ray County dodged a bullet right there by recovering their own fumble. Still a 3rd and 9 situation here.
Yeah. Likely that it wasn't intentional grounding as the Baylor Red Raiders have forced once again the Golden Eagles to punt their second, coming up will be their 2nd punt of the night.
It looked like Dotson was trying to set up a little screen to the backside there off the play action, but his receiver never leaked out and he was caught in all alone back there.
That's the end of the 1st quarter with the score.
That's the end of the 1st quarter. We will be back shortly as the Baylor Red Raiders are up 14 nothing in this contest. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Robinson Manufacturing Company.
We're back here from Ray County High School as we welcome you to the second quarter as the Baylor Red Raiders are up 14-0 in this ball game. They're getting the ball back going from our left to our right, now facing the home end zone. A welcoming party for Will Austin could not be any better than this, as he's gotten a little bit of help from his defense, and he's also rushed one in. How do you feel about his play early on in this game, Eric?
He looked good on that first drive with the long pass completions and a few runs there. So we'll see if he can continue it on the second look.
In from the shotgun, hands it off to Adrian. Oh, no, he doesn't. He keeps it, gets to the outside before he is dragged down by number 16, Mason Stevenson, on the play. But again, a little bit of trickery there as Will Austin brings a little bit more of that dynamic to the Red Raider offense, where he can run a little bit better than they've had in the previous years.
Yeah, just a little read option play there, and it looked like he might have thought he made a bad read, but he made the defender miss with a good move in the open space and then got to the sideline and for a first down.
Baylor takes their second timeout of the game. Again, Baylor is up 14-0 with 11:45 left in the second quarter. Coach Massey couldn't have asked for a better start to this ball game. Again, how will Ray County jump back into this one in the second quarter, Eric?
I think you do what you did in the first quarter. Will Austin runs. They did get behind the chains a little bit there and got the big play, but just keep doing what you're doing, establishing the run. And, if what he wants to do is stay away from the pass like he has so far, just continue to do so and establish the running game.
Massey sends his offense back on the field after taking his second time out of the first half. Hopefully, right now it appears as it won't come back to bite him, but hopefully that it won't. Will Austin now back in the shotgun. To his left is Calvin Watson, out wider his two receivers in Tate Prater and Preston Ballard. On the other end, it appears to be Gage Upshaw. Snap. Looks, another QB run from Austin as he makes a couple more moves. I don't want to say Johnny Manziel, but he ain't about getting down, Eric.
Hey, he looks good running the ball out there, and even though he's not getting down, he's running in a way where he's not taking big hits. He's sidestepping the defenders, getting good gains, 2nd and 3 right here, very manageable.
Well, tell me about this. At your time down there in Copper Basin, you ran a little bit of a read. What is it about that zone read? What do you look for on those kind of plays?
Well, the zone read, he's looking at the first guy outside the offensive tackle there and reading him. If he goes in, he's going to pull it and keep it, and if he stays and sits where he's at, he's going to give it to the running back.
Austin takes the snap. Whoa, way false start this time on the Baylor Red Raiders, as that's their second false start. They are replacing 3 starters on the offensive line, so some of these guys are new, a little bit of jitters, got a little bit of excitement because they are currently up 14-0 on the Golden Eagles with 11:12 left in this ball game. Again, you couldn't make a play out of this to start a game like the Red Raiders have right now on the road early, but you can't shoot yourself in the foot by constantly penalties, something that Coach Massey is addressing his team right now and his quarterback.
Right, that's definitely the mixture of 3 new offensive linemen starters and also a new quarterback.
Will Austin again, another fake right up the middle before he's eventually dragged down by Noel Patterson. Gaining the first down will be at the 46 when they marked this one. It looked like he had got up to the 48, maybe a bad spot there. Will Austin using a lot of his feet to gain ground on this drive. Good fakes, good all around. I like to see him go deep again. It kind of got the defense lowing, but again, quick pass. That was a little bit of a confusion there. Will Austin faked it, didn't know if that was a good read. Tried to pitch it out to number 14, Tate Prater, unable to pull in that pass. A little quick, a little too rusty, something you kind of see on Saturdays from recently, the Volunteers, kind of one of those quick passes, Eric. What went wrong there?
Well, what that was, it looked like almost the receiver out there blocking the corner. The corner got way upfield and kind of got in the throwing lane of the little bubble pass. Essentially, all that bubble pass is the pitch man in a triple option play. It's just run a little bit differently.
Will Austin again in the shotgun. Takes the snap, drops back, a little quick screen to Adrian Harris. Want to get him in some space, and the Baylor Red Raiders did on that second down all the way up to the 52-yard line. Will make this third down a whole lot more manageable than they just had it with about 2 to go.
Good little play call right there as Ray County brought the blitz. A nice little quick throw out to the running back. Let him get in space.
We've called Austin's name a lot tonight for his ground game, but he did have 1,900 yards passing at Haywood County where he was last year, so he can sling it.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another one of the little read option plays right here with Austin the chance to run.
Nope, direct QB sneak where he makes another good play. Looks as he has picked up the first down. And it looks as they're going to give it to him. That is a first down again picked up by Will Austin, who is coming into his own here as the Baylor Red Raiders starting quarterback.
That looked like a kind of a quarterback power there. Had the running back going out in front of him, and he just followed him and got 3 quick yards for the first down.
Will we see a jump pass?
Not going to rule it out.
Ulysses Strutter now in the game out wide as a hard count looks as it jumped number 51 for the Tyler Brown for the Golden Eagles offsides. The Baylor Red Raiders picking up a little free yardage on that one. Something about Baylor, when you look at them from the initial, they're just so well coached, Eric. There's no one on that team that just stands off. Yes, you have Ryan Parker and Ulysses Strutter on that defense, and Calvin Watson and Adrian Harrison offense, but I'm talking about just eye-popping talent that you see, but they're just so well coached, always so disciplined, and they put things together at the right time, which is what they're doing right now on this drive that's making them very successful tonight. Austin again under center, picks it up off the ground. Kind of a bad exchange there as Tyler Pendleton for the Golden Eagles was able to wrestle down Adrian Harris on that play, which went nowhere, as it will be second down and 5 to go for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, speaking of the discipline of this Baylor team, I've said all along, if there is a defense that can stop this Ray County offense, it would be this Baylor defense, just because of how disciplined and well coached they are under Coach Massey.
And they've done a great job tonight as they are up 14-0 and moving really well off again with that little quick pass. This time to Gage Upshaw, who's able to wrestle it down, who makes a nice move. It looks as he has picked up another first down for the Baylor Red Raiders, and they are they're cooking a little meal on this one, Eric.
Yeah, that time it was the same play as before that got broken up. Just essentially the pitch man out there, Austin just tossed it out to Upshaw, and he got the first down.
Yeah, and again, if you're unable to catch any scores across the state, you might want to check out Scoreboard for a live tick-by-tick plays on their mobile app, available free on Google Play and iTunes. Go check it out. See who might be winning that West Hardin Valley game up there at Knoxville right now on the Rivalry Thursday if you can't be up there or can't get it on your local station, as Ryan Parker comes in the game at fullback, bulldozing his way to nearly another first down as he's got his second carry of the night. Both been highly productive for this Baylor offense.
Same play as before, the one that he about scored on the last drive, just a little dive off the right side, and he broke it to the outside and got the first down.
And jumping back onto a quick mention of Scoreboard, we have 32 teams signed up in the Chattanooga Valley, so you might want to check out that app and also see if your favorite team has made it, set it as your home team, and follow them all season long, catching their live scores if you can't be at the game, and it may be if we're not broadcasting the game that you can't hear. Again, our broadcast schedule will land us tomorrow night at Soddy Daisy High School as they take on old rival Red Bank in a heated matchup as the two teams are timeout. What are you looking in for that matchup, Eric?
Well, both teams impressed in the Jamboree, doing well. Red Bank played Hickson. Saudi Daisy facing off against Signal Mountain, winning 7-0. But for Saudi Daisy specifically, Justin Cook at the quarterback, how is he going to replace Hunter Maynor, 3,000-yard passer last season? So far in the preseason, he's looked good. He's still got Trey Carter out there to throw the ball to, as well as Jacob Lemons on the outside. So I think it'll be an interesting matchup. And on the other side, Caleb Tate playing quarterback for Red Bank. See how just being back under center here in starting the first part of last season behind center. After that quick timeout, Baylor opens up at 1st and 10. When they get in the red zone, Coach Massey likes to go under center with a fullback, which is Ryan Parker. Will Austin now under center, takes a quick snap again, hands it to Parker, who just keeps fighting his way down the field, picks up 2 on the play. That sets up a second and 7 to gain 3 yards. My correction on that one, 3 yards, as Tate Prater re-enters the game at the wide receiver position for the Baylor Red Raiders. Will Austin does come out again under center here. Ryan Parker, his fullback, behind him Adrian Harris is the deep back. Split way out wide is Tate Prater and Preston Ballard as he hands off to Adrian Harris, who tries to make a quick move on number 20 of the Red Raider, or the Golden Eagles, Eddie Davis, but who was able to not be fooled and make a great open field tackle. Baylor running back there had some room to the outside, but tried to keep it in to get a few yards, but a good tackle there by the Ray County defense. 3rd and 4 going into the end zone from the 10-yard line. What do you run here? It looks like they're going back to the shotgun. 5 wide receivers for Austin in the backfield. I'd look for a quarterback draw here, or maybe even take a shot in the end zone and if you want to go for it on 4th down. Eric, good call. A QB draw, but not really much of anything getting up to the 5-yard line. Do you kick the field goal in this situation? Now about 4th and 1 to go. They line it up at the 6-yard line. Actually going to measure it, I think, but I think in this situation, up 14-0, points on the board is good. 17-0, make it a 3-possession game. Before halftime here would be a good decision, but if it's just under a yard, going for it wouldn't be so bad either with Austin the way he's running. But you do have Ryan Parker at fullback, but they do give them a 1st down, mustered again by a Will Austin run and then dive to pick up the 1st down, who now have the Red Raiders in again striking distance as the ball is spotted at the 6-yard line with a fresh set of downs. We don't have to worry about now. Again, Austin speaking with his team in the huddle. One of the few teams in the area who still likes to huddle up. I like to see that from Coach Massey. I like the whole huddle up, get united before you break and try to go to war with someone. Austin under center. Parker the fullback. Harris the running back who takes the handoff. Gets about 2 yards before he's met by multiple defenders for the Ray County Eagles. It will be a 2nd down and 2 to go. 2nd and goal, my correction. I wouldn't be surprised to see Parker right up the middle here on the same play that he's gotten good yardage on 2 times previously. You know, we were speaking about Ray County, who likes to chew up clock, shorten the game. What appears that Baylor is beating them at their own game. They definitely are. Baylor has had the ball this entire quarter, going on 7 minutes here as we approach the 5-minute mark. But a fumble. This fumble on the play. Ray County does not jump on it. Baylor gets it back. Will Austin was able to retain that and save the Baylor Red Raiders opportunity here at 3rd down. Now you have 3rd down and 3, Eric, with the opportunity with 5 minutes left to go up by 3 scores if you're not able to punch it in here. Do you go for it, or do you now kick the field goal? This close in, I think you go for it because the way the Ray County offense has been going, you've been stopping them in the backfield. Putting them in behind their own 5-yard line would be a tough situation for the Golden Eagles.
Austin steps back up under center, hands it back to Calvin Watson, who fumbles on the play, picked up by Noel Patterson. Will Austin able to tackle Noel Patterson. An unfortunate set of events that now have the Baylor Red Raiders not in business, who are back on defense. An opportunity to go up by 3 scores. They're stopped by an exchange by Calvin Watson, and you know that is something that Coach Massey is not happy about.
That's the little things right there, just shooting yourself in the foot. Got a chance right there to go up 21-0, and in the type of offense Ray County runs, it's probably hard to come back from a 21-point deficit. Now Ray County has the ball here with 4:40 left in the second quarter to try to get something going.
Ray County, Daniel Dotson speaking to his troops. You gotta think you want to get some kind of points on the board with 4:40 left until halftime. Any idea? Do you pass here? Do you run? What do you try to do? You know you got to get down the field in a hurry.
Well, first off, it looks like they're going to try a little pass there, quick pass to Noel Patterson. So that's essentially the same as a run play, just a quick little hitch route and pick up 5 yards or so.
Last year, the Ray County Golden Eagles only averaged 8.5 passes per game. They're already in double digits tonight, have been down since only a minute into the game when Ulysses Strotter picked off Daniel Dotson and returned it for a touchdown. Later, Will Austin was able to muster a drive and sneak it into the end zone off a design QB run, has the Baylor Red Raiders up 14-0 as of now. But Dotson back under center, hands it back to his fullback, Mason Stevenson, who is only able to gain about a yard. And they're now, again, sitting at about a 3rd and 5 with the clock that continues to run now at 4:15 in this half left to go. Pemberton does have all of his timeouts. Do you think he starts to use them?
I think it's dependent on the success of this play right here. If you pick up the first down, definitely. But if they do get stopped short of the first down, he'll probably milk it as low as possible to punt the ball away to give the Baylor offense little time to score.
Dotson under center, steps back, tries to look for a receiver out of the waggle play, but is sacked by number 4, Tyree Tolliver, the junior who's standing at 6'1", 215 pounds. We did come into this game saying Baylor had issues on the defensive line after not returning a single starter, but it doesn't seem to be an issue as they continue to get pressure for the most of the night.
Yeah, he just came off the backside there as Dotson tried to set up a little play-action pass, very slow to develop and play, and he just uses speed to get off the right side and get him from behind.
Ray County punting out of their own end zone. Gets it off, but only gets it to Adrian Harris, who's sitting on their side of the half. A great block, got the wall set up. He could be going all the way. He's at the 20, makes a move, makes another move, is dragged out now by the 10. So again, the Baylor Red Raiders are in business after last possession, giving it away on a fumble on a 3rd down. Eric, when you need a play, it seems that Adrian Harris is always there to give the Baylor Red Raiders a little pick-me-up after that defense was able to stop Ray County on their previous drive.
Yeah, that punt return was set up just about how you every time. He got the ball on the far side, and they had the wall set up over here, just a big wall of white jerseys blocking off all the Golden Eagles, and he went up the sideline and got down to the yard line. Got to capitalize on this situation, though. He can't give it away again.
Adrian Harris able to get the handoff from Will Austin from the 10, gets down to around the 3-yard line, and Baylor again almost sneaking in the end zone, who are up 14-0 right now on the home team, the Golden Eagles of Ray County, 14-0 with 2 minutes and 31 seconds left in the half. At halftime, we'll have Eric Sisson break down the biggest keys on both teams and what went wrong for the Ray County Golden Eagles in the first half after a short break. But right now, Will Austin has stepped up into under center, hands it back to Adrian Harris, who continues to try to push the pile before he is met by a multitude of Ray County defenders. Usually, you're able to call out who's tackling who, but many people get there at the same time for this Ray County defense, who continues to play hard, who's been playing for most of the night with their backs backed up against the end zone.
They have been on the field a long time, just about, well, really all except 4 plays here in the second quarter. But they're doing a good job of trying not to break, but they are once again back with their back ball and their shadows of their own goalposts.
Will Austin again under center, hands it to Ryan Parker, who walks straight into the end zone, making it look too easy when you hand it to 15, as the Baylor Red Raiders are now currently up 20-0 with 1 minute and 28 seconds left in the half.
The same play that Parker's been getting the ball on all night long, and that time he finally punched it in for the score.
Baylor comes back out. Ryan Parker, who just scored the touchdown, is actually their long snapper. So many teams have been recruiting him to play linebacker or fullback, but obviously tonight he's doing a little long snapping, and there's been a couple of videos that's gone viral of long snappers that there might be a spot for him for any team to long snap with that exchange there. With 1:28 to play, the Baylor Red Raiders are up 21-0 on the number 2 ranked 5A classification school in Ray County High School, who just have not been able to get anything going on offense tonight. Eric, like you said, if there was one defense that we could think of that could stop this Ray County offense, it would be this Baylor defense, because they're so disciplined. Right now, what do you think's going through each team's head coach's heads as of now?
Well, I think both are trying to continue to stay calm, show a good example for their team. But I think Massey, for Baylor, you got to be ecstatic with coming out with a 21-point lead here. You got to be happy with how Will Austin's playing at quarterback. But for Pemberton, for Ray County over there, you just got to find something on offense. You just got to keep digging. But right here, I wouldn't expect much with only 1:28 left to go in the quarter. They'll probably just try to get to halftime and try to see what happens in the locker room and readjust.
Victor Vomal is set to kick off for the Baylor Red Raiders as he puts another one into the end zone. He's had 3 touchbacks tonight with only off of 4 kickoffs. Something great for the Baylor Red Raiders when they can stop and open up on defense with the opponents on their 20 with 1 minute and 28 seconds left. A team that doesn't seem to have gotten anything going so far on offense. Do you come out, do you run 3 straight plays, or do you try to put it in a way where you can get shots and throwing a little bit more downfield and not left and right?
Well, I think they only passed the ball 8 times, average 8 times a game last year, so that's kind of out of their comfort zone. So, but down 21-0, you almost have to. But right here, I would be willing to bet they'd probably just try to get to halftime, depending on this first play here.
Hands it to his wingback, that is Daniel Dodson, hands it off to Dylan Smith, who again doesn't get much, only gains about 3 yards in that play, and will set up 2nd and 7. As the clock now winds down to about under a minute here at Bill Horton Field, the home team, Ray County, scoreless in this one as Baylor is up 21-0. Oh, Ray County sees something there with a little bit of misdirection, hands it off to his fullback. That would be Mason Stevenson, who gives the Ray County Golden Eagles the biggest play of the night, all the way up into the 41-yard line. The Ray County Eagles may be within something with Mark Pemberton not yet have actually used one of his timeouts, so he has 2 timeouts left and uses one there. Eric, now that you got a big play from Mason Stevenson, your biggest play of the night, you playing a little bit of ex-quarterback, what's going through the head coach's head and what's going through the quarterback's head, because you know you're trying to get some points?
Well, that was Stevenson's first carry on the night, I believe. Got a good gain there. With only 36 seconds left, it's unfortunate it happened right here, but if you want to get together with the quarterback and the coach, see if you want to try to take a shot here, I think depending on this play, if you can get another first down here and get across the 50, you try to punch it in right here with just 36 seconds left. But I wouldn't force anything too bad. Worst right now that can happen is going into halftime down 4 touchdowns instead of 3. So we'll see what they do on this first play and see if they take a shot. Daniel Dotson back under center in the traditional wing tee set as Mark Pemberton loves to run. He does not move from it. He thinks it's going to work every time. Baylor back into their 4-4 front, trying to gain something. Fake, trying to go a little bit downfield or misdirection. Was that a backwards pass? Gage Upshaw seems to disrupt that pass right there as the back official now coming in to discuss a few things here with the line judge, trying to get things worked out as Daniel Dotson is talking to Mark Pemberton. Again, you like the misdirection. That's a play that's worked for them in the past, but with a Baylor defense that is so disciplined, you would think you'd have to go downfield. Yeah, that was the same play they tried to run before with the backside screen there, and it didn't work last time, and then Gage Upshaw was right in the exact spot he needed to be that time and to force the incompletion there as well. Oh, but again, Mason Stevenson making some things happen for the Ray County Golden Eagles. Maybe we just need to quit getting fancy and just say hand it on the dive play to Mason Stevenson, who's had 2 big runs here with 20 seconds left in the first half, who now the Golden Eagles, if you could get about another 10 yards, would have a shot to kick a field goal, you would think. Hey, anything right here at this point to get on the board. You got to pick up pace a little bit, which is something they're not used to, but they're already outrunning the next play, but looks like there's a flag for a false start. Again, this is not a team that is used to going fast, so when you try to go fast, you're thrown off a little bit. But again, with 15 seconds left, the Baylor Red Raiders, who have traveled up from Chattanooga right on the banks of the river, have come up here and kind of shocked the Golden Eagles here in the first half, up 21-0 in the first half off a Will Austin touchdown, a pick by Ulysses Strotter, who returned it over 30 yards for a touchdown, and also Ryan Parker getting on the board from his fullback position out of 2 yards out here in the first half. You got to love what the Red Raiders are doing right now. It looks like they're clicking on all cylinders. Yeah, they're looking very good for the first game of the season, and you know this is something Ray County didn't expect. This is something they have never been in the entire 2014 season. It just seems that quarterback Daniel Dotson cannot get any kind of confidence going here in the first half. He misses a wide-open Noel Patterson coming on a spear play, who had nothing but green grass that could have turned into a good 15 to 20-yard play, and just missed him. With 11 seconds left, Baylor is up 20-0. Again, at halftime, we'll speak a little bit about our sponsors. We'll speak a little bit about our show that airs on Tuesday nights from Jefferson's Restaurant. And we'll break down the first half for you to tell you how this game turned to such a lopsided so quickly as Baylor is up 21-0. Daniel Dotson drops back, the first pass of the night, going down the